Sega. Beauty and harmony, governed by one eternal law. All that begins must end. The reign of the old Shogunate is over.
What is going on, YouTube? This is Extreme DJ48, and welcome to my first full video with audio. So, I'm sure you guys probably see the last video explaining why I decided to kind of skip the first milestone, replace it. So, despite that, there is still going to be a special video once I reach 20 subscribers, detailing a new path forward, let's just say. But without further ado, today's video we are going to be starting a campaign in base Total War Shogun 2. Probably one of the best games I've played, and my most played game on Steam. I think the number is around 300 or so hours, close to 400 at this point. But we are going to be playing as the, well, first and foremost, we're playing as a long campaign. I don't like for short. I feel like a short campaign, it's a bit quick, and domination, it's a little bit rushed, at least in my opinion. I personally like the long campaign. Kind of gives me a good balance between going on the offensive, but also enough time for me to actually feel like the campaign was worth it. Because I don't like it when 40, because it would really just be like half Japan, whereas a long campaign 20 is really just like maybe like this portion of Japan, and 40 is like you need to take over like maybe about 3/4 of Japan in order to win the game. Domination, it's basically just take everything, but it's in the same amount of time as the long campaign, so it makes it feel you need to go on the attack more. I personally consider myself a balance player. I tend to go for defensive strategies, a little bit of uh, more offensive strategies kind of linked to them. But let's see. Okay, yeah, so I think we're going to start off with the Chosokabe. They have the reduced for all bow infantry. They just have better bows in general. Whether or not I'll use Daiku Samurai, I kind of doubt it. Because at that point, you can really just unlock bow Samurai before that, so it really doesn't matter. Even with that, like, I might just use Samurai units more as vanguard troops rather than frontline, because they have better armor, but they are a little more expensive. So let's go.
This is Sengoku Jidai, the age of the country at war.
So really, it's only for this first introductory video that I'm going to play these cuts, otherwise I'll just skip right to the gameplay for future episodes.
The Ashikaga shoguns have ruled from Kyoto. Great splendor and power were theirs. Now, the overmighty clans no longer obey. The time has come for a new warlord to become shogun. But who will be victorious? Chosokabe lands have always provided for our people. Our enemies are many and envious. They threaten our borders and look for any weakness. This is our land. We respect its ways. Our farmers work hard and grow more than other men. But we are master warriors too. Our archers are admired by all. No arrow flies truer than the Chosokabe shaft. Bishamonte, the war god has woken. Now is the time to defeat our enemies. All will bow to the Chosokabe clan. We wait no longer. Destiny calls!
So it begins.
We are the Chosokabe.
Okay.
If our daimyo is to become shogun,
Alright, so obviously, first things first, we're gonna use all these troops and we're gonna out these rebels. For those of you who do play the game, you understand that the AI doesn't necessarily like it when you try to auto-resolve anything, unless it's like a very clear win, like unless you're up against like a 90-man garrison with, I don't know, like a force of 3,000. Otherwise, the game tends to screw you up. For those of you who don't know or don't have this game, the AI, it can get a bit quirky. This is a modded campaign. I have it in hand size for Vanilla 2, as well as, I actually have the complete edition, so this is the Vanilla Shogun 2, but I also have Fall Samurai and Rise of the Samurai, as you guys have seen in my previous videos. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna spread you guys out, reduce, and then we're gonna have the move the back. So There we go. And then gonna speed things up. Whenever you're moving on the build at a distance like this, what the AI seems to the AI fails to understand is the absolute necessity it is to maintain the war weariness of your troops in battle. So, for example, right now it says they're confident, that's their morale, and then fresh, their status. If you make your troops run or do battle for a long period of time, start to become tired, then I believe exhausted. Then, so at first it's fresh, then it's active, then it's winded, then it's yeah, and it just goes until they are completely exhausted, which really reduces battle efficiency. Like we have the best archers, so we're going to use that to our advantage, since they are slight enhancement regular ones, but. And again, like I only really use samurai units as a vanguard. Historically speaking, most armies consisted of Ashigaru. Like, this kind of ratio would have been a little fitting, with just like one samurai unit and then a whole bunch of Ashigaru. So we are going to keep that one for historical purposes, one because it's just far cheaper to recruit Ashigaru than it is to recruit samurai, both in their requirements to do so, but also in their just the amount of money that it takes to upkeep them. So let's pull you out. Everybody else. All right. There. Oh. Right, how are we doing? So we've lost about 19. Yeah. Okay. Don't know why these guys are in Yari Wall, because if they try to charge down, it's not really going to be as effective as if they were in formation. Or, not loose, but regular formation. So I have my archers in loose. You can see in the description that it minimizes LTs when under fire, but makes them more vulnerable to melee and charge attacks. So that's what I usually do, one, because it just helps with trying to limit the casualties that my archers sustain. Archers, like, are kind of there are decent amounts of range and firepower. Obviously, firearms are a bit better when it comes to just sheer morale dropping power, but at the same time, they can only fire in a straight line. So something like this would be disadvantageous to firearms, whereas bows are able to go for more arced. And honestly, just have like other. Uh, they're just better at uneven terrain, whereas if it was firearms, I would have to be on the defense, and it would probably be out just in this open field area. There's a lot less like elevation, whereas this, it's entirely up to my bows. Yeah, something like this that I'm talking about. So right now these guys are in regular formation. They're not in loose, and they're not in some kind of active formation like Ashigaru are able to, or Yari Wall ability. These guys I have in loose formation, which, as you can see, the same number of troops, even though these guys are technically a step up because they're Chosokabe Boashigaru, so they have the Chosokabe Boashigaru, but even with something like that, some formation like this is doing much better, because both 240, mine are at 196, these guys are at 122 because they're a lot more clumped up. Arrows can hit a lot easier, whereas here it's a bit more difficult for the archers to be hit in large numbers. Yep, so we're at, yeah, that only got 2, and we're just able to see that these guys are just getting completely just hammered in by ours. Because 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that went from 115 to 106 in one volley, whereas in them it's not as much. So it's definitely a lot better. Have your archers in loose formation when you can. I'm gonna speed this up a little since I don't want you guys getting bored just staring at 2 archers just going back and forth. Even though that's pretty much what like Napoleon and Empire Total War are. It's just people either using cannons or just everybody standing in straight lines and just waiting for who gets to break, which is pretty much the warfare historically of what happened during the Napoleonic and the Age of Exploration eras. Alright. So the way that the AI works in this scenario is that chances are once the of archers breaks, it's probably going to charge its infantry down. At that point, I'll probably withdraw my archers behind my infantry and just have my infantry stand still, since they're on the downhill slope, which kind of increases their charge. Well, yep. So, okay, so they got out of Yari Wall, so they're charging down, so now I'm going to fall back my archers, and then I'm going to place this unit of Yarishigaru on the flank. Actually, I might just keep them like this. Come on, get into Yari Wall. There we go. No, you guys. Oh.
My lord, a glorious victory will soon be yours.
Right, you guys start sinking down. Can't really do too much about the cav, but can. Oh, just end it there. Yeah, yeah. So again, I can stress this: never let the auto resolve do anything for you, especially early game. Simply focus on everything else. So let's get the lumber yards. So the way I like about it is that I like to focus on my economy for roughly the first half, just in order to be able to actually like fund my troops. Because yeah, if you can't pay your troops, then you're not gonna need troops anyway. So we're gonna do that, and then okay. So again, this is the enhanced troop rosters. So, or at least the upgraded. So each of these are actually double in size. So the archers originally are at 240, or in this they are 240, but originally without any mods they are 120. Additionally, samurai, these ones are 240. They would have been 120, and we would have had 150 Yoshigaru instead of 300. So I just like to see larger armies. I feel like regular unmodded, it's kind of small for my liking. So we're gonna... I'll keep this Yari Samurai unit in for now, but later I'll switch it out for another Yara Shigaru. Actually, yeah, you know what? I'll just do it now. While the Yari Samurai are good against cavalry, against infantry, they're not as efficient cost-wise. Right, Way of the Bow. So, if I'm not mistaken, that's Bushido Tree. So, fires. So, after we get, I think... After we get equal fields, I will go for... No. You know what? No. Let's go to Todofuken, and then we will go down to Way the Bow. My apology if I'm butchering those the Japanese names. Try my best. But yeah, so let's... Okay. So Chosokabe, not really the best family tree, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, it's better. It's better than nothing. It's better than not having any children to start with for your daimyo. Right. So now to the Fukin. That should take 3 turns, and then we will go to Way the Bow, unlock those fire arrows, which far better than just having our archers fire regular arrows. Call to arms. Okay, that's easy. Tokugawa. Yeah, Tokugawa. If I'm not mistaken, third Mikawa at the start of the game by the Oda and the Imagawa at the start. It's them, the Tokugawa, the Hakuri who start with Iga, and I think, but I could be wrong, could just be Iga, and the Mori, who are in my opinion, probably the ones who usually go first. I have seen some instances where the Oda have gone first. They're in a Wari to start. I've seen some where the I know the Hodo have Sagami and Izu. This is not my first campaign, but I know that they usually are the ones to go out first. So let's go with improved roads and all right. I think I'm gonna wait. When was that? No. Okay, no time. Good. Okay, in that case, I will build up my army a little bit. Let's get a... Yeah, I think that should be good, and then once all those troops are ready, we'll then head towards our surrounding territories. So yeah, first EO would be best, and then we would move towards Sanaki. I am at peace with Miyoshi for the time being, but I gotta be honest, I don't like to keep vassals early game, since they usually end up betraying you with the divide that happens later on. So yeah. Okay, so we have improved farms. Right, I think now's a safe time to upgrade to a stronghold. Yeah, Iko and Hattori at it. Yeah, because I have an army of this size in a town like this, there isn't really, like, looking at it, you'll see that there is, like, a large amount of public order because of my troops in here. So pretty much, like, the tax burden, it's gonna be... The tax burden itself on its own is covered by the troops, never mind the cattle and military crackdown, so... So honestly, I can keep the economy like this, and then obviously once I leave, I can then lower it down, allow the towns to grow a little bit more rather than spending it all on the military, because again, okay, so we're gonna change that, and we will now go for the Way of the Bow. After that, I think I'll get Zen, and then I'll sit what to do from there. Probably gonna be more archery focused, but it would require me to get form and for some reason horse mastery. I don't really understand why, but yeah. Great sawmill, improved roads, and it's a good thing that we have the lumber here, because it really gives us a boost to the economy, especially right now when we're still trying to create an army in the first place. Yeah, Shimazu and Otomo, so those guys would. So I think if that's the case, it's probably something like Shizu probably have Ozumi and Satsuma now, maybe Hyuga, and the Otomo might have come down from Buzen and Bungo to take Hyuga province, so they're probably now warring on this side unless the two of them have somehow half conquered parts of Kyushin are just warring between each other, but I doubt it since we haven't seen anybody else fall. So, yep, almost done. Yeah. Might want to get a couple more bow units. Maybe, you know what, because we're able to, let's just get 2 more archers. Just have a full line of archers that we're able to utilize, and then should be good. Alright, strategy of attack. Never use their bomb throwers unless it's like a defensive tactic. They really just... They could be used utilized other than in the field where they could easily deal extensive damage to your own troops. Like, they can be utilized effectively, but I'm not the kind of person to utilize them as good as others may. So there we go. Public Resort. And then we get the Kono. Yeah, we're gonna take some losses due to winter attrition, but honestly, with the amount of troops that I have compared to them, it doesn't really matter. If this was like a larger battle where the troops were a little more even on both sides, then yeah, I would probably hold my troops out, but shouldn't be too bad. I'm not going to siege the castle since it just more meant to climb the walls, so I'm just going to continue the siege and wait for the Kono to be forced to exit the castle and launch an attack against me. So, sun is 8. Okay. There goes the Otomo. Alright. Okay, then next I'll upgrade the Sake Den. Again, just to get all that money up. Again, even in a situation like this, personally, I do not recommend doing auto-resolve. Just fight the battle yourself. You're able to, as a player, you have far more control over the outcome of the battle. You're actually able to, you know, you actually keep your men alive, whereas the AI will just kind of throw them at the enemy and hope they win. And it's just better, because if you're trying to go on a cannon and you're trying to kind of, like, at least reduce the territory very quickly of an enemy, you are better off commanding your own troops so that you're able to actually hold their casualties at a minimum.
奴らの領主と一門に忠誠を誓う勇敢な侍どもだ。あの者どもを滅ぼすとなると心が痛むが、これも運命のなせる技。仕方なかろう。この霧は良くもあり悪くもある。我らを敵の目から隠しもするが、相手の動きをも隠す。皆の者、心してかかれ。主君のためにお主らは死力を尽くして戦うであろう。お主らの献身にかなう者はおらん。誇らしい家臣であるぞ。
So I'm not sure about you guys in that cutscene. I know that the armor and the banner of the Chosokabe is black and white, but honestly, to me, some of it, like the lacing on their armor, kind of looks blue. Let me know in the comments if you see that as well. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, like that doesn't look blue. Like I know it's supposed to be white, but tell me that's blue. Tell me that's not blue. All right, so we do have this here. I'm probably gonna utilize it, or I might just actually keep. Yeah, I might want to utilize the hill. I'm pretty sure that the AI doesn't know that you should probably keep your generals alive, since they tend to use them as cavalry units. So what I'm gonna do is kind of have an uneven roster of archers here. Typically, I would have the samurai in the center. But because there's only 6 and not a third archer, what I'm gonna do is so. So I'm gonna slow down. So they do have their general, so they'll probably use it as light cavalry. So what I'm gonna do is, you know what? I'm gonna set up my like this, keep them in normal formation. Even though it will cause more casualties, it's better since they really only have one unit of Boa Shigaru. So honestly, that could be too much of a problem. And then we'll just have the infantry right behind them, so that when the enemy does eventually climb the hill, they'll be ready for them. So, and our generals, I want to move them 2 back. Let's try to keep them as close to the formation as we can. Just so to make sure that their influence rate isn't kind of over. We need to make sure that the archers have that area of yeah, like something like this, where they aren't necessarily encouraged, but still, they're like in the ring, they are. Okay, so we're gonna have you guys on guard mode, and then, so this is a strategy especially for the main game that I tend to use a lot, which is where I don't do this in Add-on Quest since it's very predictable. Basically what I do is basically just let my army kind of like stand, wait for the enemy to approach, and then I would just charge in my infantry from the hill to enable them to have the best charge.
Our hidden units have been discovered, my lord.
Yes, yes, yes. This is what I'm referring to when the troops charge. It allows them to kind of have a better chart going hill. Like even just like if any of you like either at a a sports bus, or even just like at home, which is sometimes I do. If you're ever like running on a hill on a hilly slope, it's better to run downhill. You're just way faster as gravity is helping carrying you down, while you're kind of just pushing you down, while you have to fight against gravity when you're traveling up, which is why it's best to charge yours down, because they're going to be faster if they are charging down the hill than charging up, which is sometimes why I tend to, me and the AI, stick to these hills. Okay, we're gonna have General go after those fleeing Yarishigaru. Then we'll start wrapping around. Are archers firing? Yep, they are. We're gonna utilize these two here. I'm gonna use my general to finish off this unit. How's my other general doing? And then, like, after the battle, it's best not to utilize your general because they could easily die in the battle. Once the enemy is started loaded and is shattered, then you send them in just to kind of like mop up some stragglers, get some XP. That way they can be promoted and you can get their ability trees started as early as you can. Yep, so there we go. So with only 2 battles, that being small battle with a there we go, Way of the Bow started, so we get fire arrows soon, which will enable us to get better minutes. Kono, so the Kono, Takeda no Sugi, Larry. The Kono usually start out around Hiz, I believe, or Sushi. Again, apologies if I'm butchering these names. Ouchi, also, apologies. I think they start with Buzen or maybe Nagaba. It's in this area. So right now, most of the stuff we know is happening here in Kyushu. We do know that the Ikawiki and the Hattori are fighting each other. The Takeda and Usuka, that would be Kai, maybe North Shinano, and Ichigo. So those guys are battling it out. And we have us here with half of Shikoku conquered. So I will let's get the Sake Den. Can't upgrade anything here. Okay. Well, this doesn't really help too much. So it seems right now this is not a very good start retainer. So really we have is just enhancing the bodyguard, which I mean, like it helps your general and daimyo kind of stay alive, but to be perfectly honest, they could die in moments, so there's really no point. It's best to just keep them away anyway. So this one, I'd rather go for the Yoroi Toshi because yeah, it does increase the melee attack, but that's not important. What's really important is that this only upgrades the morale, which honestly does not work anyway, since your general the best morale out of your entire army. It's better to, with this modifier, yeah, it's the melee attack for the bodyguard, but this is a -2 of being assassinated. It's not a lot, but it's better not. It's better not doing that. Like right now, we already have -4 because of the distrustful, so it's best to be able to keep our army from being assassinated. Since I've found throughout my campaigns that your generals tend to die more from assassination than from actual combat. Kind of branching off of that, never upgrade this. Left side, if you're trying to like influence, yeah, you can maybe do it, but honestly, it's less worth it. Same thing with here, with like the command on land and defending and attacking, or wedge cavalry. Unless you're the Takeda, I'd recommend not going for cavalry commander, because Takeda's cavalry is the best in the game. You're better off utilizing the skill in that man. But again, with like this warrior with the bodyguard, like again, you really shouldn't have your generals in combat in the first place. Well, like have them on the field, but you shouldn't be like actively engaging your general, since they could easily die. So it's better to just go strategist, increases the campaign movement, just makes your armies go farther distance. Infantry leader enables to stand and fight, one of the best abilities, especially in the campaign. And then Ashigaru commander, again, why I choose Ashigaru over samurai, because it improves the morale for all Ashigaru. And then if you really want to, siege expert or castle defender, whichever you choose. I think for this campaign, I'm not entirely sure. I know that I'll be getting infantry leader and the Ashigaru commander, but whether or not I do castle defender or siege expert, it really depends. So let's get strategist, and then it's the Sogo and Miyoshi. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and declare war on the Sogo, and then I'll go ahead and take them, since they have, I believe, improved core. Yeah, stonemasons. So. Yep, still 7 turns, so let's continue.
Enough brave men have died.
You say that absolutely nobody has died on either side in this war. Okay, so EO's a bit... Yeah, I'm not sure about you guys, I don't quite understand the Hatakeyama clan. Like, this is their territory. They have these provinces here, and then they just have Miyagi and Noto for... I don't know why. It definitely leaves out some clans that could be added. If any of you have seen the Shogunate, I'll probably leave a link to the game in the description. He goes over a review of samurai games. He goes over Total War Shogun 2. It's like the start of his samurai game reviews, and in here he kind of like mentions how with the Eco Week having Kaga and Echizen, but I believe it was an issue with Echizen being under Eco control, and he stated that you have influence there, but it completely out, I believe, the Azai or the Asakura clan from the game, which kind of bad, but hey, we aren't the ones who made this game, so. Again, I'll leave a, those are not my words, those are his. I'll leave a link in the description, that video that I'm referring to, and I'd definitely recommend you guys check out his channel. I've definitely learned a lot from it. I believe watching it is definitely worth it. So, okay, okay, yep, that's good. Applesauce. This is what I'm not entirely certain about. Are you Miyoshi? No, they're enemies. Okay, so that, alright. So actually I will, you can trade with the Takayama. And I've been introduced to almost every clan. Alright, yep. Winter attrition, yep. Path block, alright. Can we upgrade this anymore? No. Sawmills are at max, so we are clear. How are the roads doing? We can upgrade the roads, and it's not like we really need too much of an army anyway. So, yeah, they have some more units. They even have Katana Samurai. Even with, yeah, again, like even the AI sometimes just uses Ashigaru over the Samurai. But I think for this, even with this, like cavalry isn't really gonna, even with improved charge, cavalry isn't gonna be too useful in the siege. So I'm probably gonna drag it out and just have these guys come in as reinforcements. It's better to do that. Okay, this is unexpected. I haven't, well, no. The Oda, not necessarily. They have the best Ashigaru. But in terms of the Hojo, this is surprising. Like they start out with Sagamizu, and I'm guessing they've been at war with the Edo clan. I forgot who was up here, but then somehow they took Echigo. That kind of makes me wonder where possibly the Usugi went. Potentially North Wano, but they would still be at war with the Takeda. Yeah, so that is pretty surprising. I did not expect that to happen. Again, kind of the replay value of this is kind of like seeing how like other clans can progress while you're like, especially early game, you're able to see like very different scenarios. Like sometimes I've seen the Takeda or the Oda get destroyed early game. Sometimes I've seen like the more minor clans, the ones you're not able to play as in a unmid faction roster. So, Mori have the Mori clan. Yeah, they do Usugi, so they're still alive. We know that for sure. Looks like the Hojo could be at war with the Hatakeyama. I could be wrong. Yep, that is 1,000. I have 1,536. I'm gonna be. Alright, before anything happens, yeah, we have the trading port. So I actually have to do something. There's gonna be a brief pause in the video, but otherwise, that'll be it. I'll see you. Alright, really sorry about that, guys. Something came up at home, and I had to step away for a little bit. But we're back. So I understand that the first part took roughly 43 minutes. So pretty much what I'm gonna do is I'm probably going to stop this video once we have taken Awa and Awaji from the Miyoshi, and we've caught all of Shikoku. And that, I think, is where I will be stopping this first part of the video. So now I will. So we still have 4 to the way the bow. So for the time being, we're just gonna let the ships land where they may. So of course, with the release of this video in with audio, I will also be doing the World of Warships playthroughs with audio, kind of detailing a little bit, and then I will also have some new videos coming out that are very much different from my past ones. They won't be anything like gameplay, but it's gonna be something maybe philosophical. Maybe I want to kind of like explain to my channel what my ideas were for it. And then any just kind of like new, anything new that is going to be added into the channel, or any kind of like future plans I have for this channel. And that will really be about it. Alright, so it looks like we have this battle. So it looks like we have the Yoshi army. It's relatively big. I'm kind of concerned about that, at least later on. Right now, not so much. They're on our side, but again, we need to watch out for them, so we're planning to take their territory for us. But let's just get on with this battle. Even in a situation like this, I'd rather take command of my troops just to be able to, you know, keep the casualties of my troops as low as I possibly can. Right, and we are just gonna skip. So as we can see right now, we have we have the Miyoshi army coming in through here. This is only some of their. Oh no, this is all their troops, just kind of like stashed together for some reason. Don't know why. They're going to be coming in. Chances are. So if I were the Sogo, I would probably hold this hill. But obviously the AA is attacking, since we are the ones who are laying siege, so really we are the ones defending. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my army, put the samurai in the center, and draw out a full line of archers across the battle space. And actually, I will also extend this further once the battle... no, I might just keep them like this. Okay, so then let's have our infantry, spear infantry. Let's pull them back a little bit. That I think is a good enough distance. And then have our general will be closest to the reinforcement in case that side gets overrun. Those guys will then be able to come in, and then I think that's it. So, alright, so let's... Yeah, so right off the bat, again, generals can be used as light cavalry units, which is why, but again, they don't... Looks like they have 1, 2 units of Boshigaru on either side of their force, their katana samurai leading it. Yeah, battles like this, where like everything's like more oriented to look like proper shapes, those are the kind of that I personally like. Feel free to disagree with me in the comments. And then... pull these archers back. Alright, now we really just... don't know why my Inspire ability hasn't come up yet. Alright, that's a problem. Wanna... I'm not sure if we just lost that unit, but... oh yeah, they're breaking.
A glorious victory will soon be yours!
So what was that? Okay, so this unit of Shigaru, 47 men of the 179 that were left, they're still holding on. Very glad that they held. That would have been a missing unit, but we'll take what we can get, and let's charge our...
My lord, their general has fallen! A cutting blow!
and then we will just run for a little bit, let it continue just to mop up any of the enemy stragglers, especially with these large formations of Boa Shigaru. Want to get rid of them. We'll use our generals to do it. Yeah, and again, like, sometimes the AI doesn't do this. I don't know why this happened. She didn't do anything. They honestly could have, like, swooped in and cut down anyone who tried to escape, but that's fine. Just in case. Alright, and we're good. Alright, so as we can see, the Miyoshi army did nothing, so, well, they probably lost some men due to attrition, but otherwise they did nothing. I, on the other hand, have 2 units that are very similar number. One was a bow unit, the other is the Shigaru unit that was in the center of everything and managed to survive. So currently with the castle of the Sogo, with the way it is right now, it's winter. I don't necessarily want to lose this unit, and like, yeah, there's barely half a thousand men in here, and they have absolutely no archers, so at this point, it's best to just auto resolve. In a situation like this, it's fine to use it, or you might expect some casualties, but there we go. Pair that, increase some work. Well, I'm just going to Alright, so the Kitabatake, the Sogo have been destroyed. Now we have Superior Stone. Okay, so now I think what we need to do is start to replenish our soldiers. So I'm gonna get another unit of both samurai, and then I think we have a deep amount of spear of Yari Ashigaru, so I think I'm just gonna finish this army off with maybe another of each unit, and then some katana samurai to kind of round everything out, just create a relatively balanced army with our katana samurai as our vanguard. Yep, so the amount of Miyoshi troops that are just in Awa alone, their home province, kind of has me concerned. Large battles like this do tend to happen early. They're not too bad, but still a lot. It's still a lot worse of a scenario. It could be worse. They could have an entire army here, though I don't understand how they would have the money to field a force of that size unless they were constantly being rebelled against. Okay, so now we want to Right, so our bow samurai will be ready soon, and then I will get an eye. So it would kind of be better to reach there. Let's start. Oh, looks like we can only get one so far, so let's. Okay, have you guys calmed down? Yes, you have. So you can start spending taxes, get a little more money back, and then just for the good of it, at a ninja, start getting that. Got some done Hojo just moving around, and then yeah, that's what I feared. Okay, so definitely I'm going to prepare heavily for the this upcoming battle with Miyoshi, especially a force of that size. So it looks like we now get 2 units of Chosokabe bow samurai, which that's fine. Great clan. Ah, there we go. So in that case, okay, I see. So the Hojo took Fukushima, which I'm guessing is where the Uesugi were before they were destroyed. So now we have a decent portion. Actually, I think most of the Kan region revealed. Some things, some parts like Kai, we know that's the Takeda, Suruga, but like otherwise, I'm not too sure where everybody else is. Chances are the Jate could be here. I haven't seen them get destroyed yet. And then the minor clans that are over here. And again, of course, the Ashika being as lazy as the AI with this, I'm actually kind of bummed out that, at least for the mods that I have, the Kaga aren't a playable clan, because it would actually be interesting to play as the Ashikaga and kind of take control of Japan, just rewrite the balance of history and essentially become the Ashikaga as they probably could have which was stop like messing around and just kind of retake control of the nation, but I'm sure there's a mod for it. Okay, so we got... Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is... I'm actually gonna keep this amount of archers. Actually, no. Let's get another unit of Ashigaru archers, and then some more katana samurai. Then, of course, we have the way of the bow, so we're actually gonna do the defense, and then we're gonna go to I think Equal Field and Zen, and then we'll also go to way of the sword as well. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot done here, so let's. Okay, so we have a newborn son and our current son, 10, so I think we have the, what was it? Maybe like 6 more years till they come of age. Could be wrong, it might be 12, but let's see.
Skilled swordsmen with excellent morale. These warriors are the body and soul of any army.
Let's move our ninja to Sanuki. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, so it looks like we only have 2 more unit slots, so let's go to that. Just have these 2 units of Katana Samurai ready. And then once our daimyo's son comes of age, we will then once that happens, then we will start building an army around him. So 2 more for way of defense. Then I think we'll switch over to the way of Chi tree, Sun tree. And yeah, it's with those horse breeders that the Miyoshi probably have better cavalry, so chances are, keen marksman. We have 3,801 for 10 seasons. You know what? I'm gonna take it. Anything to improve, especially right now. So actually, I think we might just have enough. We gotta wait 3 turns for these Katana Samurai to begin. Then I think we should be good. Yeah. So in that case, let's. Well, first things first. I'm actually going to So I am actually going to
Greetings.
cut off
It is
the ties. Okay, it's fine that the Besho, they're not really much of a threat. Which ones are they? They're the Orkami. Yeah, Besho. Holds Harima, it's not too big of a province, at least like in terms of its value, so it's not really that bad. We will actually need some naval troops now in order to kind of protect ourselves from that, so I'm going to start building a fleet. Alright, and now I think we can actually just wait. Depending on what the Miyoshi do, they might go after Sanuki first, where our forces are, or they might skip us and try to go into our home province. Regardless, I could probably switch my troops over to there, but it really depends on what they do. Unless they just stay there, in which case I'll have to try to come to them and try to lure them. Alright. Holding well. 1 more, and we have +1 defense and the ability to Naginata Samurai. Maybe later on I might have like a unit of Naginata Samurai per army, but as of now it's not really all too worth it. Ooh, okay, you know what? I think in terms of like wealth, we're doing pretty well. So I think I'm just gonna switch to Heaven and Earth. Running speed, not too important, as the Chosokabe, they favor more defensive strategy, so I'm going to focus on getting better ammunition and unit replenishment for my archers, and then we're going to have equal fields later. So, a little change of plan, but we'll see. Okay, I need to... Alright, let's see if we can take out that, or at least sabotage this horse breeder's facility. It would be best to try to limit the amount of cavalry the Miyoshi can bring to bear against us. And that's what I thought. Oh, okay, that's a problem. Yeah, that is a problem. That is a very big problem. Kind of pathetic. It's fine, we can just get another one. Right, and we got 2 turns for that Katana Samurai unit to be done, and then we'll see what the Miyoshi are planning.
With speed, maneuverability, and strength.
Whoa, and the Shimazu are done. That's a bit of surprise. We haven't really heard of anything from Kyushu too much. So, yep, there goes our navy starting to be built up. Okay, and then we got... So I think I'm probably just gonna keep my Aegis here rather than trying to utilize him for anything too much. Probably would be best to save him. Right, now we're gonna...
Fast moving, this small ship carries archers, armed with deadly fire arrows, capable of reducing enemy ships to dust.
Okay, currently these will last for 4, and currently we are doing the that enhancement for the replenishment and arrow capacity and ammunition capacity for the archers. So our best course of action would be to take the military focus, since it's level 4, but the others only take so it was originally, I think it's now 6. With we bring it down by 50%. So hold on, is there any... Okay, so got it. Yeah, ninja detected. That's to be expected. Actually, can I place you here? Yes, okay. I don't really like those low numbers, but honestly, if you leave certain these agents out, chances are they'll really become a problem. So I'm going to see if we can, by some miracle, with 33%, try to assassinate this Metsuke. Okay, I've seen this cutscene a lot, so this one can actually go either way. Either our ninja gets killed or the Mei. We're just gonna have to see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's another thing for those who don't know the game. When something like that is successful, it can mean 2 things. It can either mean that you assassinated or wounded. Wounded basically means that they'll come back later, but at least for the time being, at least delayed their usage of the Metsuke. So. Right, so our surplus of food is not gonna work. Takemura. Yeah, and the Ikawiki. Okay, so it's like everybody's. So it seems like right now everybody's out to kill the Oda, and I mean that's not to be. That's not surprising. The Oda have the best Ashigun in the game. That's literally what their entire thing is about, being masters of using Ashigaru just endlessly. So yeah, I can see why. Okay, so I think for no, so not gonna do that. Alright, I'm gonna try the horse breeders again. See how it goes this time. So I'm gonna kind of throw this out there now. This is the first episode, and I'll probably do if I do full campaigns, this will probably be the format. It'll be like maybe over an hour for the first episode, and then it'll be like maybe 30 minutes, since I know you guys don't necessarily. Yeah. Well, he escaped, so that's better. Okay, so it's winter, so I think right after this winter is over, we will send our troops out, since our army is now intact. Then we shall wait for our navy to be done. How much longer? Okay, we got one until we get a medium boon and 3 bow kobayas. Pretty sure I butchered that, but it's better than nothing. Actually, can we? Yeah, let's actually lie in wait. That way we're at least closest to the castle, but we're not going to be in territory and receive the attrition. So let's actually see if we do anything else. Nope. Okay, so Heaven and Earth should be done soon, and then we'll switch to equal fields to build up our rice surplus and our economy. We're getting there. It's going to take a little time, but get there. Yeah, that's what I mean. And there goes our ninja. Yeah. Yeah, you see, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, they are dead, so don't know who controls the Wate anymore. Alright. So definitely some things interesting things happening across Japan. They don't really pertain to me as of right now, because I haven't really gone towards that, but alright, so we have 4 ships. What are you guys? So this I'm just going to leave up to auto-resolve. Navals really aren't that important. Like, they do help, but we captured both of their ships, so now that's even more to our navy. So that's good. It should help protect us from incoming invaders. And then we just need to... I'm gonna have another ninja, but this time I'm just gonna leave him at the home province, just so we can get experience up before we send him out on any kind of mission. So I am tempted to just go for Awaji and take it out, but I'd rather take the enemy forces before that, so I'm just gonna lay siege to our castle. Or lay siege to Al's castle. So again, it's just much to take out the enemy troops when you can, rather than... Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. It's just 11 turns just to get firearms, but Chosokabe are masters of bow, not the firearms. So while really these are good as like a defensive unit, less inclined to take it. I'd rather some of the bonuses for our archers before trying to do this. I might just do that after this, but right now we need to switch over to our economy since I need to upgrade those farms. I'm going to reject from the port because that brings Christianity, and that creates a lot of some lack of public order in the region, so I'm gonna refuse that. How are you guys doing? Good right now. Wait, what was in the other? Culture, that's it. So, I'm guessing that's probably from the, I'm guessing that culture bonus to, Io and Tosa is probably from, I'm guessing, the, maybe the Sake Den. I could be mistaken, it could be the trading port, who knows, but... Okay, it's 12, so I'm guessing we maybe have 2 to 3 more years of in-game time, of course, until the sun is... Oh, there's a Takeda ship. Kind of interesting to see them out here. Master builders, construct building in Io. Okay, 25. That's honestly quite simple. We can probably just upgrade to a foot archery range, and that'll probably do it. Kitabatake are down. Yep, encountered the Takeda. Oh, okay, yep. Well, that answers our question. The Takeda looks like have taken Noto, Echu, Oda Mino, of course, Hida, North Shinano, and Kai province. So, not sure who's in Suruga. That could be the Imagawa, but who knows? Could not be. I'm not sure. Alright, so let's... We got 6, so let's just continue on. Hopefully the Miyoshi will be forced to come out. There we go. Okay, yeah, so as I thought, light cavalry, even one of their generals has an improved charge, so watch out for that. We have some katana samurai now, so they can actually be the ones mainly to engage the enemy Ashigaru spears, and we just outnumber them in archery. So again, very close battle. Never do auto-resolve. Fight the battle yourself. Okay, I see. Alright, so looking at the map, it looks like we have this kind of like ridge, I guess, here, where like it's impassable terrain, or it's hard to get past, so that at least kind of like surrounds us a little bit. Again, gonna skip this. Yeah, it's like an elevated position. Honestly, like if this was reversed, or like we were using like this territory instead, this could definitely be utilized better. Kind of reminds me of a Jack Castle with like a main central area and then like a branching off portion. I know that in the at least in the later games in the part of this campaign, it's possible, but I know for a fact all of the samurai has their castles to this. They have like kind of like star forts, but they like in segments like this, they have like cannons on the inside of the walls, which really help. Well, they kind of help. They're not as accurate, of course, but they're pretty good. So I am going to, let's see. First and foremost, I'm actually gonna organize my army. So we're gonna place our and we're gonna anchor you like that, kind of to protect this area. Gonna have you guys up here. It's kind of risky to place them like this, where they are more susceptible to cav charges. And then we are gonna have our katana samurai kind of spread us the line just to keep all sides of our formation secure. And then of course we'll have the Yari Ashigaru close by. So actually, let's move them a little closer. Of course, we'll have our two generals. That's a little sloppy for being on a hill, but honestly, I think it's pretty good. Actually, gonna see if I can. No, not gonna do that. Right, so let us begin. Okay, well, let's see what the enemy is, so now we can firmly adjust our position. So let's get these archers in the trees. Kind of keep them hidden a little bit. And then, of course, we will in turn push up our samurai and Ashigaru units at the rear to make sure that they're protected. Alright, looks like vast majority of their archers are at the center. Not that unique of a strategy to use constantly. So yeah, so we just have like a general advance here. Nothing too special. Not like what I have, where it's kind of, I guess you could say it's like a fort, but just like a human fort. But it's fine. Either way, we're gonna win. So right now it's just about making sure these archers know who the real kings of this field are. All right. So actually, I'm just gonna slow down for a little bit, get a little shot. Yeah, there you go. Right, let's now begin. And of course, now all of our archer units have fire arrows, so they're actually able to do some damage, not just to soldiers, but also, yeah, that's what I'm referring to. They could, units can easily get clumped up, right? Looks like they are charging, so now I'm going to group. Oh, and we have the clash. So let's move up our generals, put some, provide some encouragement for our troops, make sure they don't break. Big KL Ash in the center, just everybody everywhere. Yeah, just a big brawl at the center hill. Archers, of course, on both sides just going at each other. That doesn't look good. gonna move my general a little bit, make sure that the influence radius is there. Actually gonna redirect some of our archer fire to the enemy archers so they aren't able to take our... Ah, there we go. Oh, so now we see that the Miyoshi are starting to break. That's good. Then I'm gonna revert some of our on the left over.
Our general is in grave danger, my lord!
Yes, I'm well aware. Unlike games like World of Warships, these games like Total War, they don't like cost money to use an ability, so I'm just gonna utilize the ability just to get everybody's hopes up, make them charge better, I guess, and then okay, you guys aren't firing.
My lord!
Not really happy about, but
Victory will soon be yours!
there we go. And we're just gonna let it continue for a little, not too long, but just enough to kind of just let our general units do some damage to our fleeing troops. Because of course, like this garrison, so they're gonna be trying to get away. How's our daimyo do? Alright, pretty good, pretty good. Alright, good. Our general's doing a good job of mopping up the enemy as they're fleeing. That's good. Come on, get there, get there, get there. Yes. Oh, come on, there's more than that. This is just like make sure that like if the enemy does flee, like they have less troops. It's best this way, just so that we can maintain
The
a...
men are fatigued, my lord, and some must rest!
Yeah, so earlier video I was talking about like how they were like troops become exhausted. This one I'm referring to, they start to slow down, they to become less combat effective. It's best to always keep your men in the best condition, even on the... So, there we go. Alright, now get over there. I guess go. Alright. Alright, there we go. So. And there we go. So you can see that we lost a decent portion of our army. The archers and our katana samurai. Those Rari units we saw early in the battle that some of them began to break, but thankfully we've reduced significantly the Miyoshi troops. So now we just wait. So at this point, yeah, at this point, I don't want to get too much attrition, and honestly, it would just be faster. So this time, I'm probably going to scale the wall myself. And again, like early on, it's going to be bland. It's just like a single wall. But later on, as we get further into this campaign, well, I mean, as long as this does well, we'll see more intricate castles, and then you guys get to see how I perform in those kind of sieges if I do decide to do them. But again, I mostly prefer to let the garrison, let the garrison attack me rather than me having to scale the wall first just to reduce their numbers. And sometimes the defender can get completely wiped out. So although it's a further distance in this scenario, I think our best course of action is not to back from here. Yes, like this area of the map for here. This area is like closer to Castle, but honestly, even though this is further, just have them walk. It'll just take a little more time, but we'll be like away from the fort tower, so it'll be a little easier for our forces to just get there. So that is what I will do. Let's get our generals. Then our archers. And there we go. And then, of course, have our troops all walk, because we want to save their energy. Climbing the wall is going to be a pain. Again, I'm going to try to burn down the gate, but honestly that takes a little bit of time, and the enemy could sally out, but we'll see. So, let's fast forward. So, obviously, because the UI is now on, you guys can see the banners there, but soon you'll be able to see the actual troops come over the hill. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and it's like moments like this that I just kind of appreciate, like the scale of the game. Like Total War games, just in general, have just like good, like they have good battles. Like let's be real, like real-time strategy, very good games. Like the Total War have scaling like this, where you're able to like see the battlefield from like a bird's eye view. You get to see like how many troops would actually be, and you kind of just get kind of get the historical maybe not knowledge, but like you get to see like what a battle would look like and like how many troops there would actually be, so you can kind of get like the importance of what armies of size, so we can kind of understand like how like armies in the past actually fought. Like obviously we know like what's going on now in the world, but just kind of like looking back, it's just kind of like you can see like the evolution of warfare. Actually with some people, some of which I mentioned earlier, who were responsible for me deciding to slowly make the decision to implement mods into these videos, I created kind of like a scenario and application where I was during that brief hiatus I had. Obviously, it's gonna happen again, but I'm gonna leave that to you guys to kind of figure out what I'm implying. Alright, so again, with a cat like this, very walls, we're probably going to sustain some casualties. So I think what I'm going to end up is I'm probably going to take like my more healthier in terms of like number of men that I have a Ashigaru units, and I'm going to try to move them around to either scale this wall or burn down this gate so that we take it in. But before that, we're actually going to send our we're gonna send our archers up, kind of deal some damage. Then our samurai units will do the same. Now, obviously, they'll take some fire from the towers and the, but honestly, it's not too bad. Now I will get you guys out, and then let's take 240, nope, 270 and 262. I'll take these two, Shigar units, and get them to burn the, gate. Then we're gonna move the rest of our army up. Yeah, there we go. Just tearing through the enemy archers. Now we can send our troops here to clear the gate, and then we have them take it just to prevent them firing at us. Now, in App Conquest, this would be a lot different. You charging your infantry in, but this is the campaign, so I do sieges different in campaign than I do in multiplayer. Okay, so these guys are winded, so I'm probably gonna send my other infantry in once we're done there. So let's actually start. Right, there we go. Let's burn our... And now let's get our... Once that is destroyed, we will be able to then launch a assault. So let's actually bring these units back. Right, gotta wait a little while. There we go. And now we can charge it. So I'm actually gonna send archers a little closer. Yep, so all our infantry here are fresh, and we have a big volley from our huge volley, waste of arrows. Like, I understand they wanna, I understand archers like wanna make sure they're dead, but it was a waste of arrows on those. Now this is more, yeah, this is a better, well, slightly better use of our massive arrow supply, especially with this many archers. Yeah. Okay, not good, so I'm gonna push our archers up even more than they are. And they're just gonna completely just light up these defenders. Our infantry is charging in, led by our by unit of Yari Samurai. We're gonna use them, try to take the keep. Flag's going down a little, but because the Miyoshi troops are now here, it's gonna break up. We're gonna do our best here. And these guys are fresh now, so I will actually have them skill this wall since it's close and it's relatively short. And then probably should move my generals. Should probably move my generals a little bit. Alright, so we are starting to capture the keep. It'll take about a minute, looks of it. Archers, just again, just wasting arrows. These poor horses just getting like a million arrows just stuck inside. Yeah, so pretty as soon as these guys all die out, they are very close already. This unit, more or less not, still holding out relatively well. But it's not much longer. Just to reduce casualties, I'm gonna... Right, and our archers are all good.
We have captured their tower, my lord.
And we've captured... So... Don't know why the battle didn't end, but just... Oh, there we go. You'll see right here that, so you guys will see that, now obviously we don't have any kind of siege weapons, but that's what fire arrows are able to do. Normal arrows aren't able to damage, parts of a enemy castle, but, fire arrows can. They can, if enough of them are kind of like, it's kind of like that stupid, Worst Cooks episode where, I believe one of the contestant Worst Cooks in America, one of them was trying to cook spaghetti, and they were like, if it sticks to the wall, it's ready. And they just kind of, if you throw enough at the wall, it'll work. And kind of with fire arrows, if you throw enough fire arrows at the enemy fortifications, they'll burn. They will burn. And which we saw with that one segment of the castle, which was on fire. So we have strategists now, so I believe that should give us the ability to, yeah, that should give us the ability to take Awaji immediately after, or not. Okay, regardless, we're going to keep that. I'm going to save that one skill point until I reach infantry leader, the best utilized. Not really good to, like, attacking at sea, useless. And same with the cavalry. Cav, since we are the Chosokabe. The Awa, I will actually... I don't believe it'll pose too much of a problem right now. So now we have superior war horses, so we could implement some cavalry. I'm not really going to do it, but it's always nice to have. More money regardless, and then we just need to take Awaji, and then that'll be the end of this video. No. That's AI trying to barter out the last moment, so... With something like this, with the disparity, I'm gonna... auto. Alright, we lost that unit. It was relatively depleted, but... And our clan fame is good. So, now I will... So I'll get another unit, have it sent here. Miyoshi are done, and we have conquered Shikoku. Well, guys, going to be it for this episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to check out the posts that I have in the community tab, where I have several votes on the path that this... I want to kind of make it more interactive so that you guys are able to kind of like be, in a way, in charge of like where this channel goes in the future. But anyway, that will be it. So, again, I will see you guys in the next video.